Good morning, ninjas. How are you? Good. John Martine, Jack Black Powder. I am broadcasting to you live from inside my car, or my dad's Jeep anyway, because my wife is sleeping and my buddy is in there snoring like a fucking banshee. So, I have to sit out here in the freezing cold. It's 25 degrees. It's not too bad, I guess. Freeze my ass off. Well, that's impossible. But anyhow, let me get my phone started up here. I thought I had it plugged in, but I didn't. Oh yeah, kind of chilly for some people. All right, so without any further ado, let's get going. Unfortunately, no, we haven't gotten any more snow. We got snow like 4 days ago, but we haven't gotten anything other than that. It's not looking like it's going to be very white Christmas this year, which is a bummer. But you know, I can't control the weather. Tonawanda woman going to prison for child pornography. Monday, December 16th, 2024. For immediate release, U.S. Attorney's Office, Western District of New York. Buffalo, New York. U.S. Attorney Trini E. Ross announced on Monday that Maria Diamanto, 30, of Tonawanda, New York, who was convicted of receiving of child pornography, was sentenced to serve 108 months in prison by U.S. District Judge Richard J. Arcara. Assistant U.S. Attorney Franz M. Wright, who handled the case, stated that in June 2022, Diamanto knowingly received images and videos of child pornography from a minor female on her cellular telephone. Diamanto met the 14-year-old victim through another 14-year-old. She communicated with the victim via text and online applications such as Snapchat. Diamanto and the victims engaged in sexual acts, which Diamanto recorded using her cellular telephone and the victim's cellular telephone. Videos recorded on the victim's cell phone would be sent to Diamanto at her request. The sentencing is a result of an investigation by the FBI under the direction of Special Agent in Charge Matthew Marigala. So 108 months, let's see. So 120 months would be 10 years. So she got 8 years. All right, Jack Black. I appreciate you stopping by. Prior felon sentenced to more than 24 years in prison on new child pornography charge. Wednesday, December 18th, 2024, for immediate release, U.S. Attorney's Office, Western District of New York. Buffalo, New York, U.S. Attorney Trini Ross announced on Wednesday that Christopher Gottstick, 30, of Lancaster, New York, who was convicted of receiving of child pornography by a person having a prior conviction relating to possession of child pornography, was sentenced to serve 292 months in prison by U.S. District Judge Richard J. Akara. Assistant U.S. Attorney Douglas A.C. Penrose, who handled the case, stated that on June 9th and 10th, 2023, Gottstick attended a sleepover birthday party during which he kissed a minor victim 1, who was 9 years old, on the lips. Minor victim 1 told her parents, which resulted in police officers responding to the residence and taking possession of cellular telephones and a tablet that belonged to Gottstick. A review of one of the cell phones uncovered a surreptitiously recorded video of minor victim 1 using the bathroom. In addition to the video of minor victim 1, law enforcement also found that Gottstick's other cell phone, a screen recording of a Snapchat conversation between Gottstick and a second minor victim 2, who was 10 years old at the time. During that conversation, Gottstick, who was posing as an 11-year-old female, instructed minor victim 2 to send him sexually explicit videos, which minor victim 2 did. A review of Gottstick's devices also recovered approximately 613 images and 2 videos containing child pornography. Previously, in August 2019, Gottstick was convicted on a state charge of attempted possessing a sexual performance by a child less than 16 years old. What's up, ATS? Well, at least we know that son of a bitch won't be touching no kids for another 24 years. That's good. That's good. That's good. Marshall County man admits to child pornography charge. Marshall County man admits to child pornography charge. Monday, December 16th, 2024, for immediate release. U.S. Attorney's Office, Northern District of West Virginia. Wheeling, West Virginia. Ryan Bobby Shatnettler, 34, of Benwood, West Virginia, admitted on Monday to possessing child pornography. According to court documents and statements made in court, Shatnettler was under supervision because of a prior sex offense conviction. At a home visit, officers found undocumented phones and seized them. Shatnettler admitted to going into chat rooms where he pretended to be a 17-year-old male to talk to minors. After which, phones were seized. Law enforcement obtained a search warrant and searched the phones, locating hundreds of images of child sexual abuse material. The phone also had screenshots of chats with minor females. Shatnettler faces up to 20 years in prison. A federal district court judge will determine the sentence after considering U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. Arizona man associated with online terror network arrested for production of child sex abuse material and cyber stalking. Friday, December 13th, 2024. For immediate release, Office of Public Affairs. Baron Martin, 20, of Tucson, Arizona, was arrested on December 11th for producing child sexual abuse material and cyberstalking offenses carried out as part of his participation in online violent terror networks known as 764 and CVLT. 764 remains a dangerous network of violent extremists who systematically target children and weaponize child sex abuse material for the purpose of furthering an accelerationist agenda, destroying civilized society and causing the collapse of the U.S. government, said Assistant Attorney General for National Security Matthew G. Olson. The Department of Justice is fully committed to stopping 764's acts of terrorism and disrupting the 764 network. The department's Project Safe Childhood strives to protect America's youth, whether from individual stalkers or organized virtual networks, said U.S. Attorney Gary Restino for the District of Arizona. This case serves not only to deter unlawful conduct, but also to encourage parents and children to remain vigilant and to seek help when they encounter predatory and violent activity in the online world. The details in this case are simply horrific, as the defendant allegedly coerced children to harm themselves multiple times, said Executive Assistant Director Robert Wells of the FBI's National Security Branch. The FBI's mission is to protect the American people, and we take that especially seriously when it comes to the young and vulnerable. The FBI will use all of our authorities to investigate and hold accountable anyone who preys on children. The unsealed complaint alleges that 764 is a network of violent extremists who engage in criminal conduct within the United States and abroad. Those involved with the 764 network individually and as a network methodically target vulnerable underage populations across the United States and the globe by using known online social media communications platforms to support the possession, production, and sharing of extreme gore media and child sexual abuse material with vulnerable juvenile populations. Members of 764 seek to desensitize young people to violence and break down societal norms regarding violence, and they normalize the possession, production, and sharing of explicit CSAM and gore material to corrupt and groom their victims towards future violence. Historically, members of the 764 systematically target underage females, groom them, extort them, and force them to mutilate themselves or others, and either film or photograph such activities, at times while streaming it online for other members of the network. The network members will then commonly edit compilation photographs or videos of their victims, share these photographs or videos on their social media platforms to gain notoriety among other members of the network, and spread fear among their victims, all for the purpose of accelerating chaos under the 764 ideology with an aim towards the disruption of society. The network has shifted names over time and spawned known offshoot networks. Although the network moves between social media channels and changes its name, the core goals and membership remain consistent and appear under the overarching threat of 764. What's up, Miss Angie? What's up, Chopper Jeff? How are you guys this morning? Since approximately 2021, Convict has appeared as a participant in chat rooms related to the online terror network 764 and CVLT. According to the complaint, Martin admitted to using the moniker Convict on social media platforms and on multiple occasions claimed online to be an owner of 764 and CVLT, teaching 764 members how to extort victims, describing himself as the king of extortion, and boasting he was the catalyst for thousands of extortions in 764. Martin also created and posted on a social media platform a detailed guide on how to identify, groom, and extort vulnerable juveniles. The complainant accuses Martin of producing child sexual abuse material on Discord, a chat and gaming platform, in September 22 by making two separate minors self-mutilate for him. On one occasion, Martin had a 13-year-old child cut his name in every possible place. Holy shit. She could too include her chest, stomach, and thighs, and threatened to leak pictures of her if she did not comply. On other occasions, Martin directed the same minor child to cut certain designs into her body to include swastikas and satanic symbols. Martin also directed another minor victim, 16, on Discord to scratch herself with her nails, ordering her to draw blood, saying, "I want it dripping." He then told her to pour rubbing alcohol over the wounds. Martin later sent 3 videos of this sadistic abuse of the minor to another Discord user. In the videos, the minor is scratching her forearm with her nails and pouring rubbing alcohol onto the scratches before curling up in an apparent pain with a rag in her mouth. Martin is also accused of cyberstalking a different 13-year-old minor for threats he sent over Discord in September 2022. Martin told his minor victim he put a hit on her grandmother, and he solicited individuals to kill the victim's grandmother. Martin agreed to pay one person $3,000 to kidnap and murder the victim's grandmother, whose address he provided. The complaint alleges that in a separate server chat, Martin posted a phone number of both the minor and her grandmother and told the network to contact both numbers to harass them. If convicted, Martin faces a penalty of up to 30 years in prison for producing child sexual abuse material, and a penalty of up to 10 years in prison for cyberstalking. When the victim is a minor and no bodily injury resulted from the conduct. Each offense also carries a fine of $250,000 and up to a lifetime of supervised release. A federal district court judge will determine any sentencing considerations in considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. What a pig. Just getting off work. Sorry, I gotta turn the heater on. I'm freezing, guys. It's gonna get loud for a second. Oh yeah? What are you smoking? I've been smoking dabs all day. Hi, Miss Angie. How are you? So what do you think? So he states that dude's facing the maximum of 40 years. Do you think that's enough for what he did? I don't think it is. I don't see the justice in it. I really don't. I don't believe no justice was served or will be served in this case now. Let's see here. Well, let's talk about that, Miss Angie. Let's talk about that, Miss Angie. I would agree with that statement. Not too many other cases in the FBI files this week that I haven't covered already. Talked about really already. So I think even the ones who aren't directly involved are complicit because they have something to lose if it stops and money and power to gain if it continues. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree, Miss Angie. This world is just getting a lot sicker and a lot darker, and it's hard to keep your fucking head up, and keep positive about shit, man. But that's what the powers that be want. That's what the powers that be want. Exactly, Miss Angie. Fucking exactly, Miss Angie. I agree 1,000,000% with that statement. Will it ever stop? No. Unfortunately, I don't think it will.
Well, I might not go on like first thing in the morning, but I might start going on like in the morning. Just to try to figure it out. Like my laptop.
What up, Martine?
No, I gotta do that. So yeah, I'm live on the phone. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back to can't let my life stop me like whatever. But I just from it, like I'm not going live, like it's stuff. But both scripts, they stop going to just yeah. So I mean, it's just weird, but yeah, that's my it's so good. I'm so proud of them. Like, I thought he was like fun and all the other stuff. No, he that's the
Yep.
the only thing is, it's sad. Like, special office space. They got the plastic. Still, like, oh yeah, since I have been not live. Um, yeah, but I am. I feel like I know, like literally all over. I'm like in chat, like I would never. Um, I keep talking and I don't know what has gotten me to get wrong. Good morning, Justin. Nobody. You're one of what? Is that my camera? One, I grab it. It's up to you. Let me know about it. Here, I'll just drop it anyway. So this was happening this morning. But it snowed a lot, so it's there you go. Sure.
Sorry, everybody. What's up, Latoya? Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. I got a delivery I gotta go on already. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to work. Car fucking broke down, so I've been. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but it is what it is, right? Yep, there's my mug. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get on up out of here, though. Sorry, it wasn't as long one, but work calls, duty calls, you know how it goes. Take care. Much love to everybody, man. Be good. Laters! All you fucking haters!